Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Okay, here we go.
Where the plays get broken down and science gets denied.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
Hour 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Raising Cane's studio.
All right, welcome back in. Hour number 2 of OTB here live from SEC Media Days, Tampa, Florida. Jake and Flynn here. Paul and Alondra back in the studio. Wait, why's Paul there? Oh, yeah. Tay-Tay had a baby. That's right. Razor Watch is over. Just wanted to, in case you weren't listening at the top of the show, let's go Razor. Razor is here.
Congrats to the Sharps. Yeah, if you are just tuning in, that is right. Late last night, we got the text that it was actually happening. So this has been 9 months in the making, bud. Right here, and he's here. Razor is here. We got another member of the Wolfpack in the foxhole with us. So very excited.
It is awesome.
Hopefully, Will Razor's howling somewhere.
No doubt he is. As soon after he gave his Dak Prescott take and then challenged Stephen A. Smith to a debate, then it was a howl.
Then there was a howl. Why haven't we howled it? Like, what would you think? What would people around here think?
Yeah, we don't care.
Yeah, we don't care.
The only reason we don't do the yo's is because there's like a delay when you're on the remote, and like we couldn't do the waterfall, and it has zero to do with us caring about people hearing us yo and howl. I can promise you that.
I mean, what did we say yesterday? There's hardly a nostril touched in here by oxygen. On this whole
Every
room.
breath is straight from the mouth.
Straight from the mouth. Not a nostril has been touched, baby.
So today, the heavy hitter, we talked South Carolina way more than I thought we would, but we found ourselves into a conversation. And then, again, Marler, he had to come sit down, and he didn't defend, he didn't do a good job of defending Nick Harbor. He's like, yeah, he's just got to be a 700-yard receiver, and they'll be good. He had 700 last year.
Yeah, no, he was like, he's our number one receiver because everybody else on the roster is just terrible. It's basically what he said.
Yeah, it was a very, very bad job by Marler trying to defend his South Carolina players. But it is going to be Auburn, Georgia, and Vanderbilt will be the other teams here. Real quick, let's go to Vanderbilt. And I know he's like, wait, why would you go to Vanderbilt before you went to Georgia? Because we know Georgia. We know Kirby Smart. We know Gunner Stockton. And we'll talk Georgia. They deserve to be talked about undoubtedly. But for Vanderbilt, it's exciting because Vanderbilt won 10 games last year. Vanderbilt was 10-2 last year. And that's coming off the heels of a pretty good season the season before.
And it wasn't an accident either.
No, but they built to that.
A good football team.
But now the narrative and the question is going to be, what are you going to do without Diego Pavia? Eli Stowers is no longer the tight end. They had the New Mexico State connection, and everybody's going to be like, what are you without them? That's going to be interesting to me. Now, Clark Lee is when Clark Lee walks into this room, he's going to be the smartest person in this room.
Well,
he's going to be the smartest person in this room. And he's going to have a plan. He played at Vanderbilt. He knows the challenges of being a head coach at Vanderbilt, but they've never had success like this. Last year was their most successful season. They built onto their stadium. It's awesome. They had actual Vanderbilt fans there when I covered the game last year. It wasn't the other team's fans. They've got a lot of positive momentum. Nashville is growing faster than any city in our country, and they are trying to hold on to all of that they can, and they're doing a good job right now. It's going to be a very interesting year because they have to go prove that they can do it without Diego Pavia.
Yeah, and that's the big question. That's one of the bigger questions in the SEC this year. It's because can Vanderbilt sustain their relevance? Because forever, Vanderbilt has not been relevant in the SEC, at least when it comes to football. But last year, it was no mistake. It was no accident that they had the success that they did, that they were in the conversation for a college football playoff. Vanderbilt. Last year was a bad year for LSU fans, right?
Yep.
It was not fun. It was depressing. It was maddening. One of the bigger angry highlights of the year was my realization during the LSU Vanderbilt game.
Oh, I know where you're going.
When I'm watching the game, And, I can accept getting beat by Vanderbilt maybe if, some fluky things happen, if we got injuries like a missed call here, bad play call there, whatever. I'm watching that game, and it's it might have been midway through the first quarter. I don't know. But at least in the second quarter, and I'm just watching the game, and I'm like, oh, they're better at football than we are.
Yep.
And it was a very humbling experience for me because that should never be uttered by an LSU fan, an LSU former player, whoever. It should never be uttered. But I'm watching the game, and I'm like, they're better on the offensive line. They're better on the defensive line. Their receivers are playing better. Their quarterback's certainly playing better.
Yeah.
Their defense as a unit, maybe they don't have that one individual player outside of the quarterback that's like individually better, but they're better at football.
Yeah.
They have better football IQ. They are coached. Their coaching is that was one of the more apparent discrepancies on coaching that I've seen all season last year.
Yeah.
Was their linemen are working in unison. Yep. Their units understand what the person next to them is doing. They're calling plays that make sense. It was just an experience that I thought I would never have to suffer through, but we did.
Yep.
Vanderbilt was better at football than we were.
Yep, it was not. Yeah, you're exactly. It wasn't fluky. It wasn't flea flickers. It wasn't double reverse passes. No. It was quite the opposite. They lined up and they beat you in every aspect, like you said. The line of scrimmage is where it probably hurt the most to see Vanderbilt beat up LSU.
Yeah, I mean, then at the skill positions, at every position. I mean, they were better the entire game. And of course, the talent kept us in the game and gave us shots here and there. But guess what? Those coaches at Vanderbilt didn't go anywhere. They are going to be a very well-coached team. Yeah. Now, are they going to they're not going to be able to replace Diego Pavia.
I mean, no.
But nobody does. It's college football.
No.
You always have these star players that come and go, right? Because they only have a certain amount of years. But I believe in their coach. Clark Lee is an amazing coach.
Yeah, he is.
And he's a guy that people like to play for. And after watching what they did last year, they couldn't do all of that. They couldn't get to 10 wins with just Diego Pavia. They had to be a sound football team. They had to be a high football IQ football. They had to be a tough-ass football team.
Right.
And they were all of those things. So, can they repeat that this year? Yes. Will it look the same as last year? Absolutely not.
Right.
Will they get to that same level of wins that they did last year? No, they won't. I don't believe they will. And I don't think they'll probably sniff that. But are they going to be a hard beat every single week? Yeah, they will be.
Yeah, it might not be the 10 wins, but for Vanderbilt, they just have to continue down the path of success and what it looks like. Like to Matt's point, he's talking about what it looked like against LSU. They dominated. It looked like a better football team. It looked like a team that was more prepared. That's what they have to do this year. Maybe it's 8 wins. Maybe it's 9. Hell, maybe they do surprise some people, and maybe they get to 10. I don't think so. It would be a lot of uphill battle for them to do that. And they're probably going to be starting a true freshman quarterback. Now, Tim Beck, incredible offensive coordinator. He's going to have a game plan, but they're going to be probably starting a freshman quarterback. Now, saying that, we also have to say they stole that quarterback from Georgia. One of the best quarterback recruits in the country was committed to Georgia, and Vanderbilt came in the 11th hour. They swooped in, and they were able to sign him. That never happened before.
That never. That sentence you just said has never. That's the first time anybody's ever said that.
But Jared Curtis is probably going to be the starting quarterback there. If it's not, maybe it's not the first game. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe Whit Muschamp starts for 2-3 games. I don't know. And yes, that is Will's son. Maybe he starts for a handful of games. But at some point, Jared Curtis is going to be the starter. For me, for Vanderbilt, if I'm a Vandy fan, just don't let it fall off the tracks. Just keep the same momentum. Have 2 big wins that you were underdogs in, preferably at home so that crowd can experience that. And now we're talking about Vanderbilt as a real football program and not oh my God, did you see what Vanderbilt did this week? And if they do that this year, then they kind of lose all of that we've always said about them.
The worst thing that can happen to Vanderbilt this year is after the season, people are like, man, they were good in 2025 because of Diego Pavia. That's because it's not true. Right. Yes, he made a lot of plays and made them better, and he made a lot of unscheduled plays. But again, they were very well coached, and they were a very sound and tough football team. The worst thing they can do is not have any signature wins, is maybe
Right.
lose to
I
a
agree.
team or have multiple close games on teams they should beat. And, yeah, it's Vanderbilt, and they used to have not many people on their schedule that they, quote-unquote, should beat. But now they got more.
Yeah.
So they need to keep their momentum if they want. And, as a traditional SEC fan, do you want them to see them keep the momentum? Now, you got to take your Clark Lee bias out of this because of his fullbacks. Because you fullbacks like to stick together. I see
We
you with
do.
another stack of fullback cards over here.
Oh, you see this? Huh? You see that Mike Allstott numbered card, sir? Don't be
But
jealous.
how do we feel as traditional SEC fans? How do we feel if Vanderbilt does?
Merle Hodge.
If they do keep the momentum going, do we like it? Do we like a disruption to the power struggle?
I do. And maybe I can't take my Clark Lee bias out of this. Maybe that is what it is. But they were so bad for so long. I don't know. It's kind of cool to see Vanderbilt.
I do. I always, if it's not my team I'm cheering for, I always cheer for chaos. Always. I always cheer for upsets, blah, blah, blah. But still, Vanderbilt just seems a little strange to me to see as, favorite.
So Vanderbilt's got a 4-week stretch in their schedule. If they survive this stretch and go even 2-2, I think they honestly have a chance to go 9-3. So they open up with Austin Peay, and then they go Delaware. All right. Fully expect them, obviously, to win those 2 games. Then they host NC State. That's a tricky one. I'm not going to pretend to know a whole lot about NC State, but I'll throw that one in the 4-game stretch. So it starts with NC State at home, at Auburn and Jordan-Hare, at Georgia, and then Ole Miss at home.
Okay.
That, to me, that's their 4-game stretch where if they go 2-2 in those games, if they beat – you'd like for them to beat Ole Miss or Georgia, to your point. They had that signature win. But if they go 2-2 in that stretch, the rest of the schedule – Arkansas, Kentucky, Mississippi State, Alabama, Florida, Tennessee. Now, I'm not saying they're going to be favorites in all of those games, but the way those are spread out, like Alabama comes after Mississippi State. And then, for Tennessee, that game's going to be at home. So, there's some advantages in the back end of the schedule. They got to navigate that 4-week stretch. And, again, I think if they go 2-2, then we're talking about potentially a 9-3 football team.
Even with their momentum from last year, do you think they had a home field advantage? That's as
more
hyped,
than I've ever seen before.
and that's as hyped as those nerds can get, right? That type of team.
You would be, because I was. Mm-hmm. You would be shocked at what their stadium looks like now too.
Yeah,
they did a really nice job.
It was and I saw the scenes. Certainly I saw the video footage, and I heard
when
you
we
talk
played
about
there. It
others.
felt like we were playing a high school game.
Hey, I just want to know, because last year was probably the most hyped that fan base has ever been in the history of their.
What year did we? 05? I think we went there in 05.
That sounds right. Yeah.
Cutler was the quarterback. They were not bad. In the end zone, it looked like they went to Academy before the game and bought some tents to put up in the end zone and some lawn chairs, and that was the end zone. Truly, that's what it felt like. Mm-hmm. And now everything closed in.
No, it looked really
They had
nice.
actual fans.
But is there really a home field advantage?
I don't know if there's – I'm not going to lie to you and act like there's a home field advantage like you have in Tiger Stadium or Jordan-Hare or one of these, Neyland. I'm not going to act like that. But imagine never having the crowd in your home stadium. Oh, I can. Where I played in the pro ranks.
Yeah, oh yeah.
We had that. We had to go silent count in our own stadium. This is the first time they don't have to do that. When LSU played there in 2019, LSU had the building 65-35 and maybe 70-30. You know what I mean? So for them, it might not be a home field advantage like we think or how we view it, but for guys that have been there, and certainly for Clark Lee, who was there when they were going to Academy to buy the tents before the game for the end zone seats, that's a major home field advantage for him. I would think so.
I would hope for their sake that if early first half of the season it doesn't look the way it did last year, if they're sliding a little bit, I hope that they don't lose that just because their fan base isn't used. They're not used to sustaining fandom over a long period of time. So we'll see. But I'm with you though. I agree with you that I think it'd be fun to keep them at least relevant in the SEC instead of.
They can take Auburn's spot. Don't want Cole to get too mad over there, but Auburn's been terrible.
Say it louder.
Auburn's been really bad. I think they've won 6 SEC games the last 3 years, if I'm not mistaken.
They're gonna get crushed by Baylor week 1.
Oh, they don't know about sick 'em.
Sick 'em.
Was it you or T-Bob, where we watched that video about the sorority girls that...
No, so y'all showed it to me. Y'all were talking a lot about it last summer when I first joined the show.
Chicken bears.
Dude, I'll tell you what, as a kid that grew up in old Floyd Casey Stadium going to every single Baylor home game, doesn't get the juices flowing like putting that on Paul up. But like I look back on it, I was like, yeah, it wasn't a lot of juice.
The Kentucky head coach, his saying, juiceful is useful.
What is it?
Juiceful is useful.
Juiceful?
Is useful.
No one's ever said juiceful before.
Or how juiceful is, I don't know. How useful is the juiceful or something like that.
Right.
That was his saying.
Okay. Well, that's an indictment.
Maybe I'm messing up. I don't think
that's the new coach?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Come on, bro.
Juiceful is useful.
Maybe he said that's an Oregon thing. A lot of crunchy people up there.
That feels like Dan could have said that.
Mm-hmm. A lot of cold-pressed juices up there in Oregon.
What do you got against cold-pressed juice?
Nothing. It's delicious, but it just seems like there's a cold-pressed juice place on every corner.
Yeah, and you know what the most popular flavor is probably up there? Pine.
Pine, absolutely. Aren't drugs like super legal there too? Like
so.
every single one.
They offer you a pine-flavored cold-pressed juice. Oh, I love these here in Oregon.
I'd rather the pine cone, please. Extra drugs. Sorry.
Extra narcotics. All right, we will take a break. More OTBs. We continue breaking down the teams that are here today. The Georgia Bulldogs are here. Kirby Smart, Gunner Stockton, the team that, has been the most successful SEC team in the last decade. How can they get back to a national championship? We'll break it all down when we come back here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to PelicanRoof.com. PelicanRoof.com, the website for Pelican Roofing in Lafayette, in Baton Rouge, boots on the ground in both locations. Now, remember, they have over 600 five-star reviews right there on their homepage. You can check those out. Those come in organically. Those are not cherry-picked for the website. That is as they come in, and you can see exactly the work that Pelican Roof is going to do for you. Now, it is a free consultation for them to come out and inspect your roof. Now, if nothing's wrong, they're going to say, you don't need us. You're good to go. And if there's a repair needed, a replacement needed, they'll let you know that as well. But that consultation is going to be free to you. Go to PelicanRoof.com today.
Sorry, PelicanRoof.com. PelicanRoof.com, the best roofing company in all of Louisiana. And hey, we know a brand new roof is can be quite the expense for you and your family. They can help you with financing options to the entire process. Go to their website, the big old button right there that says finance. They'll help you the entire step of the way. PelicanRoof.com.
Live from the 2026 SEC Football Media Days in Tampa. Presented by FMOL Health, Our Lady of the Lake, Relief Windows, Rev Fiber, and Parrish Construction and Roofing.
All right, welcome back in. OTB here live from SEC Media Days in Tampa. Speaking of, Clark Lee just had a chance to sit and talk with him for a little bit.
Yeah, I saw you chatting with him. Did y'all headbutt?
I thought about it. He goes, hey, remember, I'm a smart fullback. I'm the outlier here.
That's right. I chopped people. Didn't take them on head on.
But I did get an invite to training camp. You going to come with?
No.
It's Nashville, though. You can bring the family. It's fun.
Oh, we got to do our show, buddy.
We can do it remotely. Are we in Baton Rouge right now?
Why would I go to there? I might not even go to an LSU practice. Why would I go to their practice?
Because we're going to go to Titans practice, and then we can go to the Commodores practice.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll get back to you on that. You know what? Maybe I will take you up on that. They're not on my high team yet.
Okay. See, something in it for Flynn. Yeah. Here he is. I'll go.
Yeah, of course. Why would
not just hanging at football practice with the bro.
Yeah, why would I leave my family?
I said you could bring your family. I led with that.
Look, they start school pretty early these days.
Dude, they really do.
August 6th
what are we
or
doing?
something?
I feel like we were.
Let's go to Labor Day at least.
We were like a week away from Labor Day before we started.
Yeah, and I know everyone's in the same boat, and things are, things change a lot. Things are different than they used to be. I get it. But look, maybe not so many days off during the year. Let's just start at Labor Day and just go to school through the year.
Yeah. Oh, no summer, you're saying?
No. No, go to school during the school year.
Oh, okay.
And maybe not take so many days off. But extend. Let's get like 3 more weeks of summer, back in the good old days.
Yeah, I'm with you.
A Memorial
like
Day,
when my kids are home
Memorial
for
Day
summer.
to Labor Day situation.
Because of my work schedule, like I'm working when they go to school, and then I'm working when they get home
Yep. And let's be
from
honest.
school.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah, it's
I
great.
love the summertime. It's like the only time I get a chance to like actually interact with them during the day when the sun's still out.
Yeah, and summer is very short right now, and they go back to school very early. And this is, it's not a complaint, but it is a complaint a little bit. They do take a lot of time off during the year, and it's a short summer. So maybe it's just like, let's give them a couple extra weeks, maybe get an extra vacay in there.
You know,
I wouldn't hate it.
No, I'm with you.
I think most people share that opinion.
I do.
At least everybody that I talk to.
Yeah, and that's all that matters.
Yeah. My
You
peeps.
want to know something?
Yeah.
So,
Always.
behind us, I don't even know if our listeners can see it, but Clark Lee is talking with Cole Kublik behind us.
Mm-hmm.
You know who got up and is not part of the interview?
No.
Greg McElroy, who's on Cole's show.
Okay.
Doesn't have the grit to interview Clark Lee.
Doesn't have the grit. That's true. I mean, not a very gritty face.
No. Baby cakes, weak chin.
Maybe I'm
said
not.
it.
Maybe I don't either. That's fine.
No, you
Doesn't
could.
mean I can't call it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's just, I find it very interesting that he got up and left when the fullback was coming to
He's
sit
like,
down.
I can't handle the heat.
No.
If you can't, respect though. If you can't handle the heat, you got to get out of the kitchen.
Well, he got out. He's not in the kitchen. It's just Cole by himself.
I'm wondering if I would get up and leave if he came over here.
I would punch you square in the chest if you did.
Thanks for protecting my face, though, moneymaker.
Yeah, I feel like the chest is more like, I mean it.
Yep.
Anybody can punch anybody in the face, but if I hit you in the chest, that feels like I'm mad.
Just don't dead leg me. Remember when dead leg was a thing?
Yeah, I do. Pretty sure you walk by and you just
That hurt.
hit somebody as hard as you could, like right in the thigh.
Right in the IT band.
Yeah. The IT band.
What?
I haven't heard the IT band since the training room in 2004.
Since you were foam rolling before practice?
Yeah. Hey, IT bands.
Get the IT band.
Get the IT
they are
bands,
tough.
warm 'em up.
I will say, if you foam roll your IT band every day, IT band and calves, you feel a lot better. It kind of works everything.
Yeah.
Loosens everything up. Because you're...
Again, I haven't heard IT bands in about 20 years.
There you go. Well, you're welcome. IT bands.
I'm good. I made it to 41 without talking IT bands. We can talk Georgia. Talk Georgia Bulldogs. They're here.
Hold on a second. Adam in the chat, you said Cry Me a River, I'm at work year round. Okay, we're not... Everybody works year round. Talking about kids.
Yeah, I know. We all work year round.
Yeah. We're talking about kids.
Talking about children, Adam.
It's for the kids.
You want to talk Gunner Stockton? He's here.
Is his hairline here?
Oh, that's so rude.
Why? I got a bad hairline,
Dude,
too.
yeah, but
I
you're
can
40.
say it.
You're
I can
41.
say it 'cause I got it.
You're 41. He's like 21. Probably older than that.
I
These
mean,
kids are like 24
But
now.
that's the only reason I bring it up, is because he is young.
All right, so
Sorry.
how do I?
Relax.
So just real
That
quick.
was too far. That's the thing. That was it. That was the line you drew. Of all the things we
Look,
talked about,
I feel bad.
he's a quarterback at Georgia. You don't need to feel bad for them.
Gunner. So Gunner is from a town of 450 people.
Okay.
In an interview, he's not going to be very dynamic. He's kind of a whisper when you ask him questions. He's kind of hard to hear. Just fine. Look, he's a football player. I think his dad might be a coach or something, and that's just like who he is. Like he drives like a 1987
That's
Chevy
a lot of
Silverado
respect.
or something like that. Like something of that nature. Like it's his baby. He loves it. That's just who he is. So right now, over in the SiriusXM room, my guy Matt McCall is having to interview Gunner by himself.
Where were we at?
It's cross.
okay.
Yeah. That's not a 12-minuter. That's a 3-minuter.
Oh, he's cliche guy?
At best.
At best.
Yeah.
Hey, man,
Now,
how you
his
feel about the
teammates-
year? Pretty good?
Yeah,
Feel
that's
pretty
it.
good?
Yeah.
We worked hard?
Yep. You might get we worked hard. Now, but I say all that to say his teammates love him.
Yeah. He looks like a guy that
Love
you
him.
would
Whenever
want to be your quarterback.
Carson Beck got hurt against Texas, I've never seen a team so excited to rally around their backup quarterback when he went in. It was like Jonathan Moxon was going in the game.
Yeah.
Like they were fired up. And then I did that Sugar Bowl the next year, the Notre Dame, Georgia, where he was going to be the starter. And you would say Gunner Stockton, and they would all you'd see was teeth because they were just smiling from ear to ear. So I don't know what he does there, and he doesn't do like in interviews. Whatever he does, though, he galvanizes that team all in the same direction, and they love him.
Well, I mean, think back to when you were playing, and you were in college. Because I know I can speak for myself. I was extremely boring when I was being interviewed.
I don't think I'd want to go back and watch those.
I remember,
but I feel like we were.
I remember Lacey would be like,
a little bit better.
When I was doing interviews and stuff, she'd be like, "Can you say you're so boring? Can you say something on the microphone?" Well,
thanks, Lacey.
I'm like, well, I can, but they don't want me to. I could, but I just want to play it safe. That's kind of how I didn't want to I had to work so hard to get a job.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say anything to blow that. You know what I mean? I don't know. He feels like a guy that is just very well liked within his team, and
he's actually a damn good football player.
He
too.
is, and I will say, when he first came in for the injured Carson Beck 2 seasons ago, he played. I was like, yes, he is having success, but it looks a little bit like it's by accident. A little bit things are happening a little off schedule.
Yeah.
His first read just happens to be open multiple times during the game that he stepped in. And I was like, I don't know if this is I don't know if it's replicable week in, week out, the way he was performing in as a backup. So as a starting quarterback, didn't know if that success was replicable. And I think during the first part of the season last year, I don't think it was. I think he was still getting his feet under him, still learning how to play every single series of every single game and having to go through his reads, play a little bit off schedule, go through his 5-step drop. Here's my first, second, third, check down type of deal. I got to slide the protection here. I can't just rely on the lineman to pick it up.
Yeah.
So I think he learned that. But by the end of the season, he was playing very, very good football.
No, I think he is somebody that's going to be one of the better quarterbacks in the SEC. And, again, I brought all of that up about his personality and kind of how quiet it is, and he's not going to give you a lot in the interview, to say it is very impressive that he can get his team to follow him and love him and appreciate him and respect him as much as he does with being kind of a quiet guy. Mm-hmm. A lot of times quarterbacks have to have their voice heard the loudest. I'm not saying you're obnoxious by any means. Well, maybe you are. But you just go out there and, the quarterback gets in front of the room. The quarterback's the only player on the team that has the ear of the entire team. The best safety in the country could get up there, and there'd be offensive players that would be like, what's he doing? What's that guy doing up there?
Right.
Quarterback, you get the attention of the old team. So there's something he does that makes that team love him, and they would follow him into the gates of hell. I swear to God, I've never seen anything like it. So I give him a lot of credit for that.
And to be likable as a quarterback, you got to have the right personality. But I played with a lot of NFL all-time greats, and I can tell you, there's no one way to skin a cat. There's no one personality that is like, yep, that's how a quarterback should be. Yep, that's what a quarterback should do. No, there's different ways to do it, and I think that people get caught in that trap, especially as a young player, athlete, thinking you have to be one exact way. Like thinking your personality type's I got to do this way because that's how so-and-so did it. Then I look up to that person. Now, it's good to replicate things that the greats do, but to be liked, you have to be genuine, right? You have to be a genuine person. And because people, whether they're smart, dumb, whatever it is, they can usually read fake personality. And my God, have I been around fake leaders.
Oh, my God.
A fake leader is the worst.
You've been around
and it doesn't matter if you're a quiet personality, a loud personality, vocal. It doesn't matter. If you are you and you play the quarterback position, people are going to respect you if you're good.
Yeah, if you're good and if everything you're doing is authentic, to your point.
If you're authentic, and another reason why they probably like him is because he was probably balling in practice.
True.
You know what I mean?
It was always fun when the backup quarterback would go out there and ball against
how fun
scout team and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And how fun is it? I'd like to go see when he came in. Which players were they, offensive players or defensive players that were celebrating?
You know
the
what?
hardest?
That's such a good point because I do remember some of the top defensive guys being like towels, jumping up and down on the sideline.
And why is that? Because Gunner was playing scout team versus the defense. So, so they see him every single day. He was probably out there talking trash to him. I used to talk trash on scout team. And when I got in the game, the defensive people loved it. So I'd like to go back and look to see which side was actually cheering for him.
Yeah, so Georgia will be here.
Rub him on top of the head.
God, you talked so nice about him, and then you had to. This man went after Gunner Stockton's hairline in 3 seconds.
I mean,
3 seconds, Hunt. 3.
It's the low-hanging fruit. Don't judge me, Hunt.
Not a lot of fruit up there. Jeez and Pete.
Look at you.
All right, we'll take a break. More
dark side.
OTB when we come back here live from Tampa, Florida.
Off the bench.
All right, if your bathroom is outdated, worn out, or just doesn't fit your lifestyle anymore, it's time to call Bath Fitter of Baton Rouge. Bath Fitter custom builds every tub and shower to fit your space. No messy demolition, and in most cases, installation is just 1 day. Their high-gloss acrylic is durable, easy to clean, and backed by a lifetime warranty, so you can enjoy your new bathroom for years to come. From tub to shower conversions to complete tub and shower replacements, Bath Fitter makes remodeling simple. You can schedule a free in-home consultation today at bathfitter.com or visit Bath Fitter of Baton Rouge.
That's right. We are fired up to be partnered with Bath Fitter. So, look, if you're looking around, your tub's worn out, but you're not sure exactly who to trust to just do a simple bathtub replacement. With over 2 million successful bath remodels, people trust Bath Fitter because we know how to do it right. So they've been custom designing and manufacturing baths for over 40 years. So go check them out today. If you need that bathtub replaced, visit bathfitter.com, bathfitter.com.
Live from the 2026 SEC Football Media Days in Tampa. Presented by FMOL Health, Our Lady of the Lake, Relief Windows, Rev Fiber, and Parish Construction and Roofing.
All right, welcome back here off the bench. It is 9:38 here, 8:38 back home. Oh, to all our listeners. What? God, I got people laughing at me right now. Before we get this segment started, I want to tell you about our friends over at Tommy's. River, stop laughing and yell, "Yo, Tommy," please. Tommy. That's right. Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. Go to GoTommys.com if you have a project happening. The best windows in town, all of Louisiana. I know there's a lot of options to choose from when you are choosing those windows, doors, and siding. We go check out Tommy's lifetime warranty as well. So, Jake, if you work with them and they install something, it is for life.
Who are we talking about?
Tommy.
Oh, go Tommy's. Hey, Tommy.
Hey, don't act like you ran over here. That was the slowest walk I've ever seen in my life.
I've never seen Matt so flustered. He led off with telling everyone what time it was.
I always say that when I come back. So it's 9:30 now. Welcome in the morning.
You typically actually go to Rejuve Me. That's your go-to. Like when I'm like in the restroom and you go to Rejuve Me. That's usually. So I appreciate you going Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding.
Try to make Rivers yell, "Yo, Tommy." She didn't do it.
Did you, Hunt? Nope. Hunt didn't. He looked at me weird. Sorry.
Yep.
Dude, the restroom is a mile and a half away from here. We have short breaks, and in this room, you're going to run into 17 people that you know trying to get back there.
For sure.
That's what it is.
Oh, I know. I was there. I was running.
I know.
It was like fist bumps and shoulder slaps on the way through. Go to GoTommys.com.
Yeah. Real quick.
Yeah.
I'm going to force you to be there. I'm going to shame you if you don't show up. We're not friends anymore. Coming up Saturday, got a youth football camp. It is at Elite Training Academy in Baton Rouge. You can go to elitetrainingacademybr.com, elitetrainingacademybr.com to sign up. It's going to be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can register on the website right now. Again, elitetrainingacademybr.com. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to do some testing. We're going to give you some numbers, some raw data. We're going to do it all inside, too, so you don't have to worry about the heat.
You're going to get raw data.
Air-conditioned.
What kind of raw data?
We are going
40s?
to 40s. Pro agility. Verticals. Any shuttle that you can imagine. Eldralis. You didn't want to see me on the Eldra, bruh. Second fastest at the combine for the running backs back in 2007.
Right, well, because he got such little legs.
I don't know why the reason. That's probably maybe there's something about being bow-legged that you can get the corners a little bit better too. You know what I mean?
You lean right on it.
Really just get there. But we're going to do that on Saturday. It is going to be a lot of fun. I am looking forward to it. And again, it's going to be in the air conditioned at Elite Training Academy. So don't worry about whatever the weather is. You can register today, EliteTrainingAcademyBR.com. You'll see a list of football camps that we have coming up, and ours will be there. So go check it out. And Flynn can tell you how to throw a pass. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, I might be there.
Just bring Huck. I'll comp Huck's registration.
Oh, half price?
No, free. You would half price me on actually, I'll take that back. This man gave me a whole box of My High for our Baseball World Series.
Dang right.
And we won. And you know why we won?
Multiple boxes.
You know why we won?
Because of My High.
Because we were hydrated. You know what time? Hunt, we started the championship game in a, was it 9U or 10U? I don't remember. I think we were 9U playing up at 10U. I don't remember. World Series in Biloxi, Mississippi. First pitch of the championship game, 10:15 p.m.
Chewy. Last pitch, 10:59.
I think it was 11:14 because there was a city ordinance because of the lights couldn't be on past 11 o'clock or something. They asked them to extend it to 11:15, and they did. And they were like, hey, this game's going to get called. The lights are going to go off in this place at 11:14. They had cops in the parking lot waiting, but it's okay. We won. Convincingly. We were up by pretty good. I felt bad. If it had been a one-run game, that would have been tough. So luckily we were up multiple runs. But we were hydrated is the reason we won.
The other team must have been drinking
liquid IV.
Powdered stuff.
I'll say it. You don't. I'll say it.
That's right.
Our guy Cole Kublik had liquid IV over there.
Gross. I had to tell him.
Does he even hydrate?
I had to tell him that stuff will kill you.
Obviously not. But who's the salesman? Who brought My High down here to replace his liquid IV?
That's right. You did. Always be closing.
Always be repping. Like a billboard. You've never seen a logo so big as on our heads.
Mm-hmm. Big heads. Very large heads.
Dude, okay, so real quick, to finish up our Georgia conversation, I know we're seeing squirrels here. There's too many people in here for us not to. Mm-hmm. I was walking by, and I saw somebody that covers Georgia, knows Georgia, Brooks Austin. He does a great job breaking down film. I actually respect his film breakdowns, and you know that it takes a lot for me to say that.
Who is this?
Brooks Austin. He's really good. I think he's the film guy or something on social media. I'll have to check that out. And I said, hey, tell me, we just had a Gunner Stockton segment. The guy says 3 words, and everybody loves him. And I was like, why? He goes, they would die for him. He said they would die for him. I said, dude, we just kind of said the same thing. I was like, we talked about they'd follow him into the gates of hell. He goes, no. He would sprint past them to the gates, and then they would follow him. Dude, there's something about the guy. The man said they would die for him.
That's a pretty strong statement. I think
I like you a lot.
Yeah.
You and I had a great time in college.
Choose your next words wisely, bud.
To die?
that's forever.
I kind of got fired up when he said it. I'm like, okay, is there something there that's real? We don't know what it is because we don't see it, but there's something there. Man said they'd die for him. Sheesh.
Yeah, and that is obviously a little hyperbolic, a little bit, but it's just kind of what we're talking about. Whatever it is. However you like to explain it, however you think about it, when you think of a leader, when you think of a quarterback in that position, he's got whatever it is. So he's got that it factor when it comes to at least the leadership. And his play on the field did back that up a lot last year. And, look, I know that Georgia's good and they got talent, but he can't apologize for the talent that he's got around them.
That's why he went to Georgia.
We were talking the opposite about Lenore Sellers. He doesn't have that talent. That's just the way it is. You chose to go there, right?
Yeah.
Gunner has a great opportunity around with a great team with probably the best coach in college football. So,
yeah. Sitting here in Tampa, continuing our coverage of SEC Media Days. Brock Vandersloot just walked by us. Wonder how he's going to play this year.
Where's he from?
Kentucky.
Yeah.
Alondra knows what I'm talking about. Vandersloot. He just walked right by us.
A lot of squirrels in here.
Dude,
Are you medicated?
Not as of right now. No, I need to be.
Mm-hmm.
Need to be. Definitely need to be. Didn't sleep great last night, you know?
Yeah.
I woke up, used the restroom, saw my wife had texted me. I'm like, oh, hey, I hadn't talked to you. I want to have a conversation. So I had a little conversation with the missus, like in the middle of the night, because my in-laws are at my house right now. So, you know, she gets a chance to hang out with her mom and dad, which I know she's enjoying. But I was like, couldn't go back to bed after it. Is that what getting old is all about? Always saying, man, I slept bad last night.
Having to pee a lot.
Oh, dude. My wife, this is TMI. Katie wrote me. She's like, basically, well, yeah, I mean, you go every 2 hours, so I figured, like,
I figured you'd be up at some point. You'd see it.
See it at some point. Oh, it's funny because it's true. Whatever. I'm hydrated. My high. Drink my high.com.
We had Cuban food last night.
Oh, we did. We had an interesting dinner last night. It was with the SEC network and us, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Great.
I don't eat Cuban food a lot.
I don't either. It was good food. The bread. Oh my God, it was incredible. Steak was like a little skirt steak was okay. Everything else was incredible though.
Yeah, it was very good. We very
good.
much enjoyed it. It's something you don't get to eat it very often, but it was kind of right down the way from us.
It was.
It was a walk right here on the water.
You know, for the most part, it was a good group there. You know, some were a little chatty down at the end, but you know. Don't show up as the last person to a meal like that. You never know who you're going to sit by. And we don't know the person, by the way, so we're not like hiding the information.
Yeah.
Chatty. Oh, my God.
My
I looked at Matt one time. I'm like, I'm just going to get up and like act like I'm looking at something over there.
Yeah. Got to take this call.
Yeah.
Katie's calling me. She knows it's one every 2 hours.
Oh, my gosh. Great food, though. Well, everybody else was great, as they always are.
I will say, though, South Louisiana, we still got it. We still got it beat. We still got the food beat.
Yeah,
I got like a blackened fish sandwich.
Yeah,
but it was like, I don't know.
Yeah,
it was like one of the top Cuban dishes for whatever.
And yeah, the chatty guy sitting next to me, I'm like, I'm not getting seafood that's not Louisiana. He's like, we're in Florida. I'm like, okay, it's not Louisiana. Yeah. Chatty.
Yeah.
Get out of here. All right, we'll take a break. We've got more OTB coming right back your way when we jump back here live from SEC Media Days in Tampa.
Off the bench.
All right, go to GCOPnet.com, Gulf Coast Office Products, your unquestioned leader in all things office solution, technology, and customer service. There's 4 locations in Louisiana, in Baton Rouge, in Lafayette, in New Orleans, on the North Shore as well, and they are there for you. So if you're a law firm, engineering firm, a university, a bank, anyone that deals with documents, and documents are your lifeline, that's why you work with GCOP. They've got all the bells, all the whistles, and they pair that with the best customer service in the business, GCOPnet.com.
All right, Gulf Coast Office Product, Louisiana's leader in that office technology. So copiers, scanners, printers, anything that deals with that paper trail. And like in this digital world, we all know that if you've worked in an office, like it's still all about the paper trail. So you have to have that office technology, and you have to have it running every single minute of the day. So if something goes wrong, the other thing that sets them apart is their award-winning service team. They will get you back up and running in no time. Gulf Coast Office Products, GCOPnet.com.
Live from the 2026 SEC Football Media Days in Tampa. Presented by FMOL Health, Our Lady of the Lake, Relief Windows, Rev Fiber, and Parish Construction and Roofing.
All right, welcome back in. It is OTB here live on location in Tampa, Florida, continuing our coverage of SEC Media Days. Flynn told you about our friends over at Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding earlier. I want to tell you about our friends over at Gen Gators, GenGators.com, Gen Gators with a Z. The other day I told you power went out like the entire grid over in our part of town. And there was a lot of people that were without power for a long time, including like the stores that were on the grid, right? I mean, it's a big-time power outage. Guess what we didn't lose?
Power.
That's right, power. You know why? Because we have the whole home generator. As soon as the power goes out, you don't really hear it, but I like to say it because it gives me the ultimate peace of mind, that little that is your whole home generator generating your whole house. And that's what Gin Gators is going to give you. It's incredible customer service. It is family owned as family owned can possibly be. I feel okay saying that. And it started by them helping people in South Louisiana, literally like going door to door and helping out when there was a big storm. That's how their company started. That's the same values that they have to this day. GinGators.com.
You just talked about, how we talked about Go Tommies.
Yeah.
How about LSU's own Tommy? Mr. Tommy Tanks.
Tommy White.
Man.
Tommy. He got called up while you were gone.
He got called up, a double in his first at bat. Am I right? And
he got a double in his first game, I know. I'm not sure if it was his first at bat, but I know it was his first game.
Am I reading this headline right? First career 4-hit game yesterday?
Yeah, he's hot. He's hot
get
right
him while
now.
they're hot.
He is hot right now.
Tommy Tanks.
Guy looks great.
Nobody's happier than Huck Flynn. Let me tell you.
Big Tommy Tanks guy.
A Tommy Tanks. So, through a couple of games, batting .455, 5 hits.
It looks great.
If he quit now, he'd Hall of Famer. 455.
I think so, yeah. I don't know if he'd have the minimum at bats to qualify.
Okay. Well, pretty impressive. Unbelievable. How those stories you hear about, like, man, first Major League at bat, blah, blah, he did this, did that. And he gets it. And he's been hot playing, and he's been one of their top prospects. I think their third or fourth prospect for a while. So kudos, shout out.
Yeah, one of my absolute favorites to cover at LSU. Again, like literally being in the delivery room and seeing him hit the walk-off home run, and then Harlow came like minutes after that. It's always going to be a core Tommy Tanks memory for me without question. So congratulations to him. Hope he continues to tear it up there for the A's. All right, we'll take a break. Hour number 3 coming right back your way.
Off the bench.
All right, want to always remind you about our friends over at Bayou Automotive. BayouAutomotive.com is the website. LaPlace, Louisiana. Drive down there. Select your next vehicle: Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. But if you can't get down to LaPlace, Louisiana, that's okay. You can go to BayouAutomotive.com. You can find your next vehicle, and they'll deliver that vehicle to you. It's an incredible service that they have. New vehicle delivered to you in the greater Baton Rouge area. And then once you buy that vehicle, Matthew, if you need routine maintenance, guess what they do?
Well, they maintain it?
They do, because they pick up your vehicle, give you a loaner, and then bring your vehicle back. BayouAutomotive.com.
You know how they do that? They got 9 full-time drivers on staff, because if you buy a car from them, they'll drive it to you, pick your old car up, and take it back in for the trade-in. And they will also do the same for that maintenance if you buy a vehicle right over there, Bayou Automotive. BayouAutomotive.com.